Whoops. Completely the wrong thing. It's not what I meant. I meant, let's put this over here. I meant the other one. Yeah. Hey, Phil Fox, welcome. Let's see. Well, that might be the one. Yeah, I think that's okay. I was looking. I don't know if way back in the day if you played it at all, Faux Fox or anything, but there were a couple of games. Heretic and then Hexen was the follow up. Have you played those? So there's one of those, or there's a more modern game that came out like 3 years ago or something that is patterned fairly after the Hex and Heretic games. And I couldn't remember what it was called, but I now saw it. So that's something I've been looking at possibly playing at some point in the future. They're actually, so there are actually two of them. The first one is called Project Warlock, and the second one is called Project Warlock 2. Now, hang on, let me pause these because they're going to be noisy. I was going to the Steam page so I could... Shut up. I'm not watching the trailer. I just want to go to the Steam page and so I could read kind of the description. Oh, free girls in my city, block you. Heat that so much. Okay, anyway. Now I don't know, do you remember the Heretic game and the Hexen game? Do you remember those? Because if you don't remember them, it's a little hard to describe, although obviously you could still look up the trailer for this game that I'm talking about. But Heretic, Hexen, did you ever play either of those, or have you seen people play either of those? I'm gonna go ahead and get into the game while we're discussing that. Okay, well that's fine. So it's a... Okay, yeah, no worries. It is a... It's a first-person shooter. Okay, but it's 1990s style graphics. So, it's first person, so it's an FPS. And you have weapons, like swords and whatever you can use, but also like staffs that maybe can shoot magic. You have spells, so you can see the guy's hands when you cast them and stuff. The weapons. You have, so hand-to-hand weapons. And then you have ranged weapons as well, like a bow and stuff, if I remember right. It's been a long time. Anyway, so, yeah, so I'll put it in chat. I'll type it in chat just so you can see. Is it with 2 or is it just 2? Okay, so those are... Is that better? That should be better with the music. This title screen is horrible, but I mean, it's the rest of the stuff is not awesome either. I know it's. I mean, again, we've talked about this before. I have literally no control other than turning all of the music down, but otherwise, I have literally no control. So there's not a lot I can do. Try to make adjustments anyway. So those two games, Project Warlock and Project Warlock 2, I'm considering at some point playing them, just because it's old school nostalgia. But I don't know if you or Monmouth or anybody else would be interested in watching me stream those or not. So if they look interesting to you, then we could do that. But because it's an FPS, there's gonna be sections where it's just a lot of fighting. It looks like there are storyline things, like there are journals and stuff you can pick up and read and see. But if it's going to be just a lot of shooting and not a whole lot more, other than maybe occasionally journals and stuff, might be less interesting for you guys on stream. I'm not sure. So
Bill uses the crane to smuggle things down to the lower town to evade the duty at the gate. Can't imagine that's allowed. Bill uses the crane. Can't.
Okay. All of that is the crane. Okay, the barrel.
Judging by the size and the wood used, the barrel must contain a precious liquid. Brandy, I'd bet. The first few weeks after the war, there wasn't much to be had, but now you can buy practically anything you want, if you have enough gold. Judging the first few weeks after...
Okay, so at least for now, possibly permanently, we're not going to get anything more out of looking at the barrel for now. Or looking at the barrel. Bill the Trader. Goods.
The delivery dock for goods delivered by airship. Bill is one of the town's biggest merchants, and with the war over, more goods land here every day.
If I play, you'll watch.
Staple foods
I appreciate
and the like are grown in the villages around the town. The farmers bring them to the market daily. But they can hardly produce enough. Many fields are overgrown, and there's a lack of experienced farmers, good seed, and animals. The goods landing here come from farther away, things that can't be produced locally.
Okay. That's the crane again. Talk to Bill, the trader.
I was quite surprised when one morning suddenly the second tower appeared. The older folk remembered that it had once always been there, until one day it just disappeared. They didn't really pay much attention to it at first because the town housed the mage school. Magic stuff happens. But when it didn't return, they just forgot about it.
Interesting.
But I wonder how the tower managed to return unnoticed. I mean, if a tower climbs over the town walls and over the town's rooftops to get here, someone's sure to notice.
This tower grows arms and just starts crawling up. Okay, sure, dude. That's pretty funny, actually.
The Archmage no longer lives alone in the tower. He has some family learning the art of magic there too. But it's difficult teaching adults magic. Their minds are less open and they're too stuck in the physical world, and they lack the imagination for magic. No, the next generation of real mages will be the young, trained by us in the school. In 10 years, the Mage Tower will be teeming with the school's finest.
Interesting.
For centuries, the Archmage has also been the leader of the Free Peoples, but Archmage Alistair has had this crazy idea that the people should choose their leader themselves. He says it's not good the mages are the only ones to elect the new leader. That's why we're having the election in 3 days. But if things go badly, that loathsome Van Buren will become the Alliance's new leader.
Yep. It's true. But it's the price you pay for letting the people decide what they want. Sometimes the people make stupid choices, and sometimes people make smart choices. And you're kind of, whatever the overall vote goes. But I do think it's better than not being allowed to choose at all. Because then, if you get a loathsome leader who passes on loathsome ideas to their child, who inherits things, and so on, like many of the kings in the Middle Ages, it's a disaster, right? It's just the people are in serious suffering for a long time, so.
A weathercock like that tells the weather with amazing accuracy. When it spins quickly, we have stormy winds coming in from different directions. When it casts a shadow, the sun is shining. When it's wet, it's raining. Or it just has. When it's all white and doesn't rotate, was frozen. Like now. How could a simple piece of metal know all that? Dew, that's clever.
That's clever. That's funny. Lottery barrel.
I'm not so convinced that this lottery is a good idea. Sure, it's a fine thing for the winner, but wouldn't it be a coincidence if the right person won? Presumably, the names of all the inhabitants of the lower town are written on slips of paper and one of them drawn. I would imagine the council leader herself will draw the winner. She wants to show people that she can bring a better life.
Oh, right. Okay, so that is what I had wanted to say. So I did stream obviously last Friday. I streamed 2 games in a row, this and then also Plague Tale, right? And then I was going to go up to visit my sister for Christmas for the rest of the weekend. That's why I did not stream Saturday. And that was the plan. But I was in the process of getting steadily more sick. And so by Saturday, I did not feel well at all. Since I'd already planned on not being around, because the plan was to go up for Christmas, I just did not say anything about Saturday. But I arranged with my sister and niece to go up this weekend instead. So we're having Christmas a weekend late. On New Year's weekend, we're having Christmas instead. So because of that, I will not be streaming again tomorrow. So today, we're gonna be doing 2 games again. Okay, we're gonna be doing this and Plague Tale again. I know there is I don't remember. What is it? It's not Beyond the Invisible. It's whatever it's called. Why can I not remember the name? This is terrible. I totally know it. Hang on. True Fear. Okay. So True Fear, this will be multiple weeks, like 2 weeks in a row where I've not done True Fear, but it's a point and click. I think we're a fair ways through the game, so I don't know how much more there is. So I don't feel like it's like super bad that we've not done it for a while. I think what I will do is just next weekend, so not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, I'll probably just do like a longer stream of True Fear. Maybe we'll do like 3 or 4 hours of it to get through some of it that we weren't able to because of the last weekend and this one. At least a couple of the streams of that we did were only around 90 minutes instead of 120 minutes, so an hour and a half instead of 2 hours. So if I do like 4 hours straight on that stream, then that's just shy of 3 of those 1.5 hour segments together. So I think that'll probably work. Either that or we do maybe 3 hours and then 3 hours again. Whatever it ends up being. Okay, so go down. Oh, so we can go down. I thought Schmeckett was gonna still be sitting here because he'd just been talking to Van Buren, but I guess after she left, I guess he left as well. At least for now. Okay, well, since we're up here, let's talk to Bill. I was going to go talk to this guy, but I guess he's not here, so we'll go talk to Bill.
Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
How's business?
Could be better.
I thought business would be booming now that the war's over.
It is. But it could be better.
I mean, is any business person ever going to say their business could never be better than it is? No. Obviously, you always could say that you could do more.
Were you in the lower town today? What's the situation like?
Those loonies are taking over.
What, you mean the protesters?
More gold for everyone, they demand. They should work instead, then they'll have gold.
But isn't that the problem? They want to work, but there aren't any jobs.
There's enough work. I've offered a couple of them work.
Yes, but they'd like to be paid.
You see, so it is all about gold. You give those layabouts a little finger and they take the whole hand. And who's supposed to pay for it? The honest trader.
Then you're on the council leader's side, right?
You bet. All the traders are. She's one of us after all, even if only by marriage. Her husband, old Van Buren, was the richest trader in the region.
Was?
Been dead 2 years. Was the last Van Buren. His father and his uncle before him were full-blooded salesmen. Out of their parents' vast and powerful trading group, they made an even vaster and more powerful trading group. Van Buren knew what to do, and the widow knows too. She knows the hardships the traders suffer, and is sure to cut taxes.
Do you even pay taxes?
No, but they're too high nonetheless.
I love how, like, Wilbur brings up a solid point and Bill's like, yeah, but never mind that. It's like, dude, but you can't never mind it. It's a fair point.
What do you think of the lottery?
Clever, ain't it?
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to give the rabble the feeling they could make it too, right?
Make what?
Becoming one of us. As long as everyone down there thinks their current situation is only a temporary condition on the way to fame and fortune, they leave us in peace.
But some actually do make it.
Yes, exactly. That's the spirit. Anyone can make it if they just try hard enough. Meh.
Well, let me ask you a question there, Bill. How did your family, originally make it to be merchants? At some point, they had to figure it out, right?
Looks like your crane's ready.
Oh, yes. Finally, I can lower goods straight down to my store. Saves on customs duty and paying bribes to the town guard down by the gate.
Is that legal?
Not paying bribes? Dunno. But nowadays, an honest trader's got to look out for number one.
I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
An honest trader. He sounds exactly like anything but an honest trader. I love the characters in this. Okay. I think we've examined everything on this side of... I mean, this is the crane is just going to give us what we already saw. The lever here, or lever here, is the same as the crane. That is the school. We could go back to the school, but I don't want to. Obviously, we just came out of there before Nate's scene, so it doesn't make sense, I don't think, to go back yet. Let's see. Yeah, I think just down to the lower town. Bakery. Ooh, yummy.
All of the expensive shops in Seastone are here in the upper town. This bakery makes the finest pies, the most delicious cakes, and the most amazing chocolates. Luckily, I don't have enough money to buy myself a treat every day. Otherwise, it wouldn't be too long before I no longer fit into my teacher's robe. This is torture. The bakery's closed, but the shop window displays all the things you could enjoy if it were open.
Yeah.
This is torture. The bake.
What? I mean, obviously they wanna tempt you so you remember to come by. The next day you're like, you remember that stuff that they saw at the bakery? That looked amazing. I totally got to go there now. Ooh, drainage, great. Oh, hey, are we gonna talk to the King of Thieves again? Is that
The
what
drain
that's?
should lead directly to Seastone sewers. I would like to say that the sewers in this town are a true marvel of engineering skill. But in truth, the stink here in midsummer is absolutely breathtaking.
That's one way of putting it.
Almost every house in the upper town has a drain leading to the sewer. In the lower town, things look different. Many residents just tip their effluence into the street and trust that it will somehow make its way below.
Yep. That sounds like the Middle Ages. Drain's blocked by a grating, and even if I did remove it, it'd still be too big to climb down.
Almost every house in the upper town has a drain lead. In the lower town, the drain's blocked by a grating, and even if I did remove it, I'd still be too big to climb down.
That's weird, right? That's a weird glitch, because the first time it was like super quiet, barely audible at all to me, and I have headphones so it's like right piped into my ears directly, and it sounded like way echoey. Also, very strange. I mean, I'm assuming that's a glitch, especially since the second time he spoke normally again.
The coat of arms of the proud town of Seastone, capital of the Alliance and largest town in all Avantasia. With the refugee camp on the outskirts of town, Seastone seems larger than ever before. Seastone was never captured during the war. The town has massive walls and stretches about 200 meters into the air like a tower. That's why they called the Great War the War of the Two Towers. Seastone against the Archwitch Motroga's Dark Tower.
Yeah, and remember the Archwitch Mortroga was what we encountered in the first game, right? That was still during the war. That was actually how the war ended, was defeating Mortroga. Look at the posters. Okay. Yeah, all right.
The latest edition of the Seastone Lookout, the local newspaper. Council Leader Van Buren, we are equal opportunity providers. Tomorrow morning we will present our solution to the poverty problem. We are the only ones with simple and efficient solutions to today's problems.
Simple and efficient, does that mean deny? Like, you want something perfect, we're not going to give it to you? That's the simple solution or efficient solution?
There are loads of election posters hanging here beside the paper. Death entered the election campaign last week. His slogans are death to all and death is the solution. What's this?
Of course.
Hey! Archmage Alistair's a traitor. He uses the artifact of divine fate for his own purposes rather than to help everyone. And here, friends of the Archmage claim he never served in the war and he was not born in Seastone. Those are lies. The Lookout is reporting unfairly and someone has glued these fabrications about the Archmage to the wall. No wonder his lead in the polls is disappearing. The Lookout is reporting... No, what?
Okay. So that's probably something we're going to have to take care of, I assume. Okay. That's fair. So we'll talk to him probably at some point. Look at that statue. And look at the gate. Okay. Just look at it first. We'll talk to him for sure before we leave here.
The gate to the lower town is closed. That's new. Normally you can go down there until late at night. The gate to the lower town, that's new.
Oh, so we probably can talk to the guard about why. Excuse me. Yeah, okay, let's look at the statue and then talk to the guard.
Some famous knight. He's already lost both legs and his sword in battle, but his fighting spirit is unbroken.
Do you know what that reminds me of? That totally reminds me of the Black Knight in Monty Python, The Quest for the Holy Grail. Are you gonna bleed on me? He's like lost all of his limbs and stuff, but his fighting spirit.
'Tis but a scratch is chiseled into the stone above the statue.
Perfect. It was exactly the reference I thought. Okay, it made me think of that, so that's why. Perfect.
Some famous knight. Tis but...
Okay. Yep, let's talk to the guard.
Hello, Mr. Shieldhand.
Well, I never. If it isn't little Weathervane.
You can see right here the etching to "'Tis but a scratch."
Weathervane to you, Mr. Shieldhand. Professor Weathervane, to be precise.
Oh, your lordship, forgive me for not kneeling.
I see you're still the captain of the town guard.
It's captain and its only member.
Why aren't there more guards? Surely it's impossible for you to keep the peace all by yourself.
The council leader of the merchants doesn't see it that way. She handpicked me for this post. Nothing is more important than loyalty, she said.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to pretend loyalty isn't important, but nothing? Really? Nothing is more. What if somebody is freaking Hitler or something? You gonna be loyal to them? That's wrong. That's just wrong.
How are things in the lower town?
Same as here, just dirtier and everything smaller.
What about the refugees?
Dunno, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been down there. From up here, it looks like the tent city has stopped growing. Either there are no new refugees arriving or the place is just full.
Aren't you responsible for the lower town too?
I can hardly be expected to go down there. The place is crawling with criminals.
But
Anyway, the anarchists have erected barricades. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't get into the tent city.
Barricades, huh? What do you want to bet the tent city is where Ivo ends up, right? Ivo was heading to Seastone anyway, right? Because she was going to look into the curse. So I'm going to guess that's where she's going. I'm not, well, I think it was Seastone. I'm pretty sure it was Seastone where she was going. Anyway.
what's the story behind that statue?
That's the Black Knight. He serves as an inspiration for young soldiers of the town guard. He's supposed to motivate them to fight bravely to the last drop of blood.
Who was he?
No one knows. He was mangled when he was found, but he still had the lust for battle in his eyes.
He was mangled when he was found. I mean, to be fair, the Black Knight killed the Green Knight who was trying to cross, and then Arthur obliterated basically the Black Knight and then moved on. So he was just left there bleeding. So if they found him, then yeah, he would have just been a husk of a man.
There are posters over there spreading lies about the Archmage.
So?
Those are lies. Anyone could read them. A couple might even believe them.
Nah, what can you do?
You could remove them. I would do it myself, but I don't have any water or a spatula, and it's your job.
All right then. Tomorrow. I've got way too much to do now.
So, what are you doing?
I'm guarding the town. I'm the town guard.
Ah,
That was awesome. Wilbur turns to, he's like, I got way too much to do. Wilbur turns. You're not doing anything over there. You're not doing anything. What are you doing? Yeah. Perfect. There wasn't anything over here, anything else over here, so I guess we're gonna go to the lower town. I would have thought there'd be more to do in this area, but I guess not. Maybe not, maybe just not right now. So there really wasn't anything left up above where Bill the Trader was. Not really. And then here there's not much either. And we just got out of the Mage Tower before. So I guess we're going to the lower
why is
town.
the gate closed? I want to go to the lower town.
Curfew. After dark, residents of the upper town can only enter the lower town with special permission.
Who came up with that?
Council Leader Van Buren. She's worried about the well-being of the residents of the upper town.
And where do I get one of these permits?
Nowhere today. You can go to the town hall and apply for one there tomorrow.
But I'm supposed to meet Remy in the inn tonight.
Tough.
Looks like Bill the Merchant's crane is finally finished.
It's been 2 days. He's been transporting things up and down all day.
And you inspected the goods?
Why should I?
Isn't there a toll on transporting goods like alcohol and pipeweed and other stuff from the upper town to the lower town?
There are real crimes going on in this town. I don't even have the resources to take care of them.
Bill said something about bribing the town guard. Would you know anything about that?
That's an outrageous allegation. The town guard is not bribable.
That's good. Otherwise, you'd probably have too much gold. I mean, if no more goods go through the gate here, then no one needs to be bribed, eh?
That's right. So you're saying Bill is cheating the state of its well-earned taxes because he's smuggling goods into the lower town?
Do you want to ban him from running the crane?
No. Bill and his colleagues are very influential. Anyway, no one said anything about a ban, did they? No. I've got another idea. How can I do it?
Wheels are turning. Wheels are turning.
What do you need to do to stop the smuggling?
Someone would have to mark one of Bill's barrels of alcohol and then order it from the lower town. If the said marked barrel turns up there tonight without the tax having been paid, then we have our evidence.
You can be really clever, Mr. Shieldhand.
The only problem is, I can't leave this place. I have to guard the town, you see. But you can fulfill your civic duty and help the town guard.
Civic duty? You want me to do your job?
Not for nothing, of course. What do you want in return?
A pony? I'm going to assume that's not gonna be. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna assume that's not gonna be allowed, but let's try.
I want a pony.
Aha! So you want free access to the lower town?
Ah, no, I want a pony.
Yes, you already said that. That's not how it works. You want to go to the lower town, I won't let you. But, coincidentally, there is something you can do for me. So we'll come to an agreement and you get...
A pony.
Ugh.
Fine then. I want into the lower town.
Excellent. Now you help me convict Bill and I give you the key to the gate.
Okay.
Here's a piece of chalk.
Okay. He's all nervous. It's not going to be just that easy to walk back and mark it. I'm sure Bill's watching. We'll have to figure something to do to distract him.
This is probably one of the barrels that Bill smuggles past customs into the lower town. Bill uses the crane to smuggle things down to the lower town to evade the duty at the gate. It's illegal, and Shieldtown would love proof against Bill.
What I have, so there's paper hat, writing pad, and the wand.
The magic slate from Master Alistair. That golem idea is pretty good, I have to admit.
What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about golems?
Golems are powerful magical beings. They are made of clay or stone, have unbelievable strength, and can work non-stop.
Are they living beings or machines?
They are tools for mages. They do heavy physical work for them. The mage inserts a piece of paper with commands written on it in its mouth, and the golem carries out these commands.
Where can I get a golem? Or do I have to build one myself?
Golems are very rare and expensive, but their construction isn't difficult in principle.
In principle?
The body of a golem is a kind of statue of stone, clay, or other inorganic materials. In order to bring the lifeless statue to life, a spell written in magic ink must be placed in its mouth.
And nobody knows this formula.
That is not correct. I know the spell.
But how? Master Alistair! He must have sensed that I'd need a golem to help me. The body should be easy enough to build, and you know the spell, so what's the problem?
The spell must be written in magic ink. Some of the ingredients are very rare.
Piffle, I'm good at finding rare things. What's the best way to go about building a golem's body?
A golem needs a torso of stone, clay, loam, or similar. It also needs strong arms in order to carry heavy weights.
And a couple of strong legs to move around on.
Correct. The head of a golem must be made of clay and needs a mouth in which command notes can be inserted.
That means I'll have to make the head myself. Unless I just happen to find a finished golem head lying around somewhere.
Just happen to. I mean, probably. Knowing this game, that's probably how it'll work out.
What's the best way to go about building a golem's body?
A golem needs a torso of stone, clay, loam, or...
And a cup.
Correct. The head...
Okay, so it's just the same. I thought it might be more details or something. And then
What
this.
ingredients are needed for this magic ink? Does it have to be brewed like a magic potion? Like, stir 3 times to the left and then 4 quick turns to the right? I hope not.
No, a simple mixing of the ingredients is sufficient. However, precise quantities are crucial.
Okay, what are the ingredients?
Exactly 2 centiliters of crocodile tears, exactly 12 drops of dragon sweat, and exactly 1 seastone small ounces of soot.
What in the world is 12 teen? And dragon sweat? It's kind of hard to make a dragon sweat.
Correct. Dragon sweat is very rare.
I'll think of something. Can you list the ingredients for me?
No problem. You can see the list by looking at me in the inventory.
What do you mean, looking at you in the inventory?
You'll manage.
I might have some more questions for you later.
And I might answer.
Might? You better answer if I ask. Magic slate. Okay, so I guess maybe we do go back to the magic school. Maybe. I'm trying to think. So I was guessing, given that it showed up on the magic slate now, I'm guessing we need to make a golem, and we're at the magic school, so something in there maybe, but maybe not. I don't. It's hard to say for sure. I don't know if we need that or not.
The troll just downed tools and called it a day. I should bring that up at the next staff meeting. Ew, the bucket is filled with some kind of mucus. Half water, half troll spit, I bet. No wonder the floor isn't clean.
That is pretty gross, I have to admit.
I don't think books could help me at the moment. Quite the opposite, in fact. I'm easily distracted. I should actually do something productive, or sleep maybe. But instead I just read a book or play a game.
Anybody play a game instead? Yeah. Just figured I'd check. No reason. I actually, in that regard, am very much the same. Either game or reading books. Or watching movies. Those are the 3 things I generally do instead of doing stuff that probably is more productive. I do productive stuff, but not as much as I ought to.
Rocky was looking for something in the drawer, or he put something into it. Either way, he didn't want to be seen doing it. I should head down to the inn and talk with Remy. He'll know what to do.
Yeah, so not yet here, because we'll have to go to the inn first, which means we need to get to Lower Town, which means we need to distract or something Bill, and then mark his barrel, and then go talk back to the guard captain. So let's see. So that's just leave again, yeah. Carnivorous plant.
Maybe I can train the plant not to eat the students. If not, I'll train the students to eat the plant.
Get the students to eat the plant instead. The plant feels threatened, and so suddenly just chills out so that it doesn't risk getting eaten, I should say. Oven. Oh, I could bake the clay in that, right? Maybe.
Should be easy to find enough soot for the ink here.
Or soot.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Lots of soot. Now I just have to figure out the right amount.
Right. Well, we know the right amount because it was in what the slate said, but I think that was the 2 centiliters was the dragon sweat. I think it might have been the 12 teen, whatever that is, that was needed for the soot, but I'm not 100% sure.
As soon as I have time, I might see if some of these books actually belong in the library. Then again, I'd say they're more likely notes from former teachers and learning materials. And what's this? Oh, a class photograph. For a while, photography was very fashionable. A sorcerer unveiled these little devices which could take detailed pictures of the real world. However, it turned out that small demons inside the cameras were responsible for painting the pictures. They stole a piece of soul from those photographed. Photography quickly went out of fashion.
You don't want your soul stolen, huh? I'm super, super shocked by that.
One of the first clues that demons were in the cameras was that those photographed made strange grimaces they would never make in reality. A number of the students in this photo look more than odd. The graduating class of 1462 is written in ornate script above the image. One of the first... A small heap of soot from the stove. I think the soot is supposed to give the ink its black colour. The only problem is, I need exactly 1 sea stone small ounce of it. The mop is saturated with a mixture of water and troll spit. Very sticky.
Sticky, sticky, sticky. So something we want sticky with to grab or whatever. Not the posters. Not anything with Captain, what's his name? The guard captain. Don't think anything with Bill either, right? Because we're just marking a crate or a barrel. We don't want to get it sticky per se. Yeah, I don't think right now we want something sticky. That's probably for later, obviously.
I never thought that magic could be so complicated. For me, it was always quite natural. The first time I took my wand in my hand, I felt it. The magic surrounded me and pulsed through me. Everything added up. I don't know if I'll ever understand all of that. I never studied it. For me, magic was just there.
Makes sense.
I've got a class tomorrow morning. I should prepare for it. Blocky has forbidden me from using magic in class, but how can I inspire my students without magic?
Yeah, that some now obviously, I'll use a more extreme example of like somebody who's a genius, but somebody who's a genius at something like mathematics, they don't really do the formulas so much as just understand the high level concepts. Like if you look at Einstein, 2 things. Number one, Einstein did not do well in school, at least some of his schooling. I don't know about all of it, but some of it at least. And 2, when he came up with his theories, like the theory of relativity or whatever, he came up with the concept and explained it in detail, and then had a mathematician that knew about formulas and how to write them, how to put them, structure them. He had one of them actually make the formula like E equals MC squared. He didn't do that formula himself. He explained the concept of as we approach light, etc., etc., and then the mathematician, whoever it was, actually wrote the formula, right? So it's a similar kind of thing. Some people just have a feel for stuff. They just kind of innately sense it and understand it. And other people actually can put it into very concrete terms so other people could understand it.
I'm not sure who that is, or what. Maybe it was a pupil who asked their teacher too many difficult questions, imprisoned there as a warning to others. Probably very effective, but not exactly motivating.
Probably also very illegal, if that's true. Although, actually, in this time period, I mean, it's fantasy as well, but in this time period setting of medieval, it could have very easily been legal, actually.
If I have to mix some magic ink, this is certainly the best place to do it. Crocodile tears. Unfortunately, all of the liquid is evaporated. All that remains is a white powder, like salt. All that's left of the crocodile tears is a bit of salt. The recipe calls for a 2 cl of crocodile tears. That means it has to be a liquid.
Nope, none of the drawers. Okay, see you when you get back, Fofox. All these flasks are nothing. Can't turn those. Any of those. I was going to say that, but then there are multiple, apparently. None of them work. None of them are interactable. Scales, weight. Okay, so let's do that here and then over, I guess.
Ah, excellent. I can mix the ink in this pot. Once I have all the ingredients for the magic ink, I can mix it up in this little pot. A scale for weighing ingredients. This could be useful. Unfortunately, most of the counterweights are missing. It seems only the 3 sea stone small ounce weight is there. Counterweight. 3 sea stone small ounces. A scale for weighing ingredients. This could be useful. Unfortunately, most of the counterweight.
Okay, so that's all the same. Okay, so crocodile tears, but we can't do this. Moisten the crocodile tears powder with the troll spit?
No, as viscous as troll spit is, I'd probably never get the mixture into the bottle, let alone get it out again. I could make the mop clean this place with magic, and I could even order it to stop again. But it would just spread sticky troll snot around the place. We don't want that.
Yeah, maybe later. Give somebody a hard time that we don't like or whatever. Okay, so I want liquid of some kind.
If something were to happen to the art...
Whoops. No, hang on. Oh, crap. Really? Are you kidding right now? So it just... It's ridiculous. I can't believe that doesn't repeat, and I double-clicked on accident because reasons. Because I'm not... Apparently, I've got trembling hand or some such. Give me one sec here. I'll read it for you again since it's gone. One sec. Okay. Come on. What? Come on. Are you kidding right now? Mute. Okay, hang on. So when I clicked on that, it said, if something were to happen to the Archmage, just because I caught 40 winks... No, completely out of the question. Okay. So he was just saying that, obviously, you know, if you only get 40 winks... So if he's sleeping, basically, and not helping the Archmage, he wouldn't forgive himself or whatever. Okay. I was potentially going to go in the room and look for, like, see if there's something in there we could use, but I guess that's not going to be a thing, so that's okay. Okay, nothing over this way, right? Nothing more? Yeah, nothing more. Okay. I thought I saw something move over here. No, doesn't look like. Okay. I thought maybe this was going to be a
The kobold still doesn't seem to have found a way back into the school. Maybe he's long since given up. Still, I think I'll leave the windows closed just in case.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so it's got like eyebrows or something, but it doesn't. I mean, obviously, it's still just the same as before, where he says like he need to talk to Remy before he goes in there. Okay. See if maybe Bill has some liquid? I don't even know.
Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
Shield Hand. That's the captain of the guard.
When you're smuggling goods, aren't you worried that Mr. Shieldhand might get wise to you?
Anton, He's not exactly the brightest light in the firmament.
After all, he is the captain of the guard.
He can't tell his elbow from his arse. Van Buren will cut him off as soon as she's won the election. You don't want stupid yes men around when you're the leader. You want clever yes men. The stupid ones don't know how to keep quiet.
Why are you telling me all this stuff? Bit about the customs, Mr. Shieldhand, the council leader.
You're one of us. You live in the upper town. You're a professor at the magic school. Hey, tell me, you must have really bled the Archmage on that one, right? I mean, as the only available qualified mage. You probably get your weight in gold every month as compensation.
Well, I get an apple, and I don't really like to talk about it much.
I understand. In the end, the others want their piece of the cake too.
You're pretty good at numbers and measurements.
I'd say.
Can you tell me how much 12-teen is?
12-teen is a forgotten number, between 12 and 13. In the past, people counted more precisely, so there were a few extra numbers. Thor and 12-teen, for example.
But I have to add exactly 12-teen drops of dragon sweat to a potion.
Oh, exactly 12-teen. Well, that's something else completely. That's what mages always write if they don't really know themselves exactly how much of something they need. They don't want to admit it, and it sounds cleverer if they say exactly 12-teen rather than it doesn't really matter. But you should know that as a mage.
Now I do.
So 12-teen is not actually legit, even though it used to be, right? Okay. And also, I like Thor was a number between 3 and 4. Interesting.
Do you sell crocodile tears?
Can order them. Here in 3 days.
Ah, that's too late.
Oh, the fine sir wants free overnight delivery, does he?
Do you sell dragon sweat?
Dragon sweat? That's very expensive.
I was afraid of that, but I need it badly.
I mean expensive like, I'll give you half of my kingdom and my prettiest daughter. Even you can't afford that.
Too bad. If your crane can reach all the way to the lower town, then you could lower me down there, right?
Certainly.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a snag here.
No snag. You pay me 3 gold pieces and I'll lower you down. A very simple deal.
I don't have that much.
Pull the other one.
Couldn't you maybe just lower me down? Pretty please? I thought as much.
He's a merchant, dude. What do you expect?
I have to be going, Bill. See you next time.
See ya.
Yeah, because I ended up using coins. What did I use them for? I used them for something earlier. Not in the library. I don't remember. I used coins, though. Oh! It might have been coins that Critter had. That might have been what it was. Not completely sure, but I think it might have been that. Yeah. Okay, back to the... where...
Mr. Shieldhand?
Mr. Professor.
So nothing new with
Have to
that.
be going.
Yeah.
Mr. Shieldhand.
Okay, troll spit isn't as sticky as troll snot, but maybe it'll do as a substitute for paste. I don't think the general public would be interested in an old mage's class photo.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I guess I don't have anything right now to put up there. I will want something. But I don't know. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't see anything in there that makes sense to use with that.
The gate to the lower town is closed. According to Mr. Shieldhand, no one from the upper town is allowed into the lower town after sunset.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I don't think there's anything in that. Oh, shop window? I don't know what I would do with that. Probably nothing. With what I've got, at least right now. I don't think any of this other stuff makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I guess back to the mage tower. Oh, there's a barred up window. I didn't even notice that before. Okay. Right there.
Ugh, creepy. The prison. I always try to get past this window fast. Hello? Is anyone there?
You bet there is.
My name is Wilbur Weathervane. Who are you?
Wilbur Weathervane? Good alias. Call me Mr. X. My friends call me X.
X? Strange name. Still, better than Goalpost Head, I guess.
Goalpost head. Why don't you just pull that out of your butt?
Why are you locked up?
They want me out of the way. I know too much.
But they don't just lock people up for being intelligent.
They do if you know the wrong things. We're being watched.
By whom?
They are watching us.
Who are they? The wizards?
Them, the ones watching us. They're out there.
Okay, conspiracy boy.
How long have you been in prison?
A few days, but I suspect they'll never let me out. I'm a political prisoner. They want to silence me. Tell everyone. The truth is out there.
Now it's Fox Mulder.
Here, in Seastone?
Yes, probably.
He's not sure.
You really think you'll be in there long?
They certainly won't let me go before the elections. That Van Buren wants to show her strength, and it's anybody's guess what'll happen afterwards. Either way, I'm not going to wait until some court passes judgment on me. I'll escape as soon as I have the chance.
Well then, I have to be going.
Take care of yourself, brother.
Brother? I mean, we're not in prison, so... But yeah, sure. Ask him about Mr. X, maybe? Maybe.
Mr. Shieldhand?
Mr. Professor.
Nope.
Have to be...
Yeah.
No additional information on... Or no additional dialogue options with Mr. X. But you can talk to him again, so that seems to imply there will be more conversation after certain things happen. got that.
The
No.
posters are slathered with troll spit. Whatever I stick up there is definitely going to stay.
So we want... Yeah, I was thinking once he said he's a political prisoner, I'm thinking maybe something with him, right? If he has like a paper or something we could stick up on the poster, that would block out the negative stuff about Professor Alistair, right? But we said goodbye and nothing's changed since we said goodbye to Mr. X. I don't think there's anything more there yet.
Fridolin may have nibbled on it, but it's still very handy when I need to write something down.
There's nothing. In terms of like a paper or something in here that I can see that we would use to stick on that public board down below. Well, just by the gate where Captain Shieldhand is. So I can't go in there. I could do here, but I need to be able to mix stuff, and I can't right now. I don't have enough. There. It is random that that Captain Shieldhand gave me the chalk when there's chalk right here. This could have just activated, but whatever. Maybe we use more chalk later or something. I don't know. We could talk to Bill again, I guess. We did a little bit, like slather that public board. Maybe we talk to Bill some more?
Hello, Bill.
Wilbur.
Neither of those.
I have to be going.
See you.
I mean, I'll try to use the chalk. Probably it'll say I can't, but that might be needed to spur doing something else. Let's see.
Done.
That was it. Literally, that was it. Wow. Okay. That was super easy. I figured Bill would see and then we'd be... Okay, well, I guess I'll just tell him. That was a lot easier than I was expecting.
Mr. Shieldhand?
Mr. Professor.
I've marked the barrel of Bill's brandy.
Excellent. Then go down to the lower town and order a barrel and we'll see what happens.
You mean I no longer need a special permit?
Correct. You're now on an official mission for the town guard.
Alright, so go down.
Bill's store. During the day, he sells stuff from the upper town that you can't normally get down here. Bill also built the outhouse. Remy says he's rented this entire strip along the town wall. Maybe he couldn't bear the thought of leaving his stand unattended for a few minutes a day. There's a big padlock on the door. If I didn't know who the outhouse belonged to, I'd find that a tad strange. I bet you could pick up the key from Bill for a small fee. I'm sure Shield Hand won't let me back into the Upper Town until I have proof of Bill's bootlegging.
Nothing down below here. Okay, that's the stall. Is there anything in the stall to get, or is it just... So you could talk to Bill again from here. Interesting. Okay. Loading platform.
So this is where the crane comes down. And up there's Bill sitting on his crates. Most traders and all the nearby farmers sell their goods at the lower town's big market. But Bill claimed this spot here as it's the only place he can sneak in the upper town contraband using his crane. Normally the town wakes at the crack of dawn. Then Bill is on the job, selling his goods until it gets dark. He works hard. But whether he'll open so early tomorrow morning, I just don't know. The barricade may keep most of his customers away.
No. Hang on. Let's go down further. Do this first before we talk to him.
The inn used to be here on the right, and on the left was Master Marcus's mage school. After the war, so many people came to the town that we needed a larger inn. Master Marcus was happy to sell his old mage school. Change is good, he told me. At the moment, more people live outside the town than inside it. Most of them are refugees. There were days when the wagons were lined up nose bag to bumper, and the road was full of them as far as the eye could see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom really fast. I'll be right back. Give me just like 60, 90 seconds, something like that maybe. All right. Let's see.
This cart's been here a long time. Strange it wasn't used for either the temporary tent city or the barricades. This is one of the entrances to the underground world of the rats. Rats represent one of the town's largest population groups. But many don't think of them as real people, and they don't have many rights. Remy and the Archmage have been trying to change that for a long time, but some think that the rats entered the town illegally and consider them vermin. When Seastone was almost a ghost town at the end of the war, the rats were unable to find enough food. I helped them. We've been best friends ever since. But since Remy became head of intelligence, I don't see him as often as I used to, so he's doing a good job. Seastone has grown quite organically over the centuries. There are doors behind which there are only walls, staircases that lead to nowhere. Maybe a house was supposed to go here, but the builder changed his mind.
Interesting. Okay. So we go in and talk to Remy. Let's look at the barricade.
The first and most impressive barricade I've ever seen. The protesters took everything they could find and piled it up to make a huge wall. No one is getting through without a troll.
Hey, Monmouth, welcome.
Usually citizens and visitors to the inn warm up by the fireplace on cold nights. Paper, wood, everything's here, except for someone looking to warm up. Usually citizens and paper.
Okay.
Someone has put a bucket of water next to the fire pit. Security isn't normally a priority in Seastone. But with all these wooden houses, I'm glad to see an exception. The water in the bucket's frozen to ice. The water in the...
Okay. So I don't think I'm going to do anything with those. Oh, maybe this. Yeah, light
a small
the fire.
fire spell can't hurt. Ignifaxius ignisfero.
Okay.
The fire is warm and bright, a welcome respite on a cold night. The water in the bucket's frozen to ice.
Yeah, okay, great. Can I put the bucket? I can't put the bucket on the fire, huh? Apparently not. Okay, fantastic. I need water to put in. So I need 4, nice scene, yeah. For a potion I'm trying to mix, I need crocodile tears. There's a vial at the alchemical station, the magic school, the mage school, that has salt, but the liquid is dried up. So it's basically crocodile tears, like crocodile salt from crocodile tears or whatever, but the liquid is dried up. So I need water, but the water is frozen in here. And I can't grab it to put it on the fire. So awesome. Maybe lighting the fire was important, though. I go in here and talk to Remy, and then this will melt. Maybe. Yeah, we're back with Wilbur. Yeah, because at the end of the last time, remember, we managed to... I managed to do enough that Critter woke Nate up, and then Critter and Nate kind of tag teamed against that parrot, and we got the parrot away so that we could... we got the parrot away, so then we lured Critter put the cloth over the barrel, but would remove the lid first. So the parrot went and landed on the cloth, fell in the barrel, then Critter put the lid on. So the parrot was out of the way, and then we went and talked to, we tricked the monkey, right? Critter had a bigger fez that he had found in that barrel in the first place. So Critter swapped the fez with the monkey. Monkey put the bigger fez, and it hit his eyes. So the monkey was temporarily confused, and we were able at that point to then kind of take care of the monkey temporarily. And then the bounty hunter came in, and Nate, Critter, and the bounty hunter got the device, right? So we're there. That was pretty much the end of that. So now we went back to Wilbur. Yep. So just in summary tonight so far, we were on the upper level outside of the mage school. Okay. Bill the trader is there. So we need a... How do I... Okay, we found... we talked to here. We talked to the magic slate in our inventory, and we asked it questions about how to make a golem. And so we need different ingredients. One of the ingredients we need is crocodile tears. And so like I was saying earlier, in the mage school, in actually the classroom, Wilbur's classroom, there's an alchemy station. There's a vial that has salt. And Wilbur, when you click on it and look at it, Wilbur says the vial was labeled crocodile tears, which is one of the ingredients we need, but it doesn't have any water. So we need to moisten them up again. So presumably that's where this bucket of ice is going to come in, I think. So that's probably one of our ingredients. We also need dragon sweat. And apparently we're not getting that because Bill said that would cost like half a kingdom and your oldest daughter. Kind of expensive. So yeah, so that's not something we know about, like how to get yet. In the meantime, Bill revealed that he has a, so I won't go back, but over here, if you go over to the right to the next screen over, like you click so you switch scenes to the next screen over, there's a platform that Bill, because Bill's up above, Bill raises and lowers, so he illegally moves merchandise so that he doesn't have to pay a bribe to the town guard or any kind of tax. So he does that illegally. Well, we talked with Captain Shieldhand, the head of the city guard, the only city guard also, by the way, but Captain Shieldhand, the entirety of the city guard. And he said that he didn't really care so much, but that he would do something about it if somebody could get some proof. And of course, because he's lazy, that fell to us. So he gave us a piece of chalk. We marked a barrel of rum at Bill's place, and then told Captain Shieldhand. So he wasn't, so because of the potential crime in the lower city and whatnot, there's a gate that's locked, and Captain Shieldhand did not let us go past that initially. But because we marked the barrel with the chalk so that he could, have proof for the contraband, he let us out because we did it. We scratched his back, so he scratches ours, kind of a thing. So he let us pass into the lower town, so now we can meet Remy. But of course, while we're here as well, I'm looking around to see if there are any ingredients maybe we could get or something. Oh, there's a hatch I didn't notice. Okay, this is a barricade that was put up to stop people from entering the upper town. I'm not 100% sure why it was put up exactly, but people put it up. I think it was people in the upper town put this barricade up to limit how many people from lower town could come. Or, no, this is probably to keep refugees from entering the city, or maybe this was put up at the end of the war. I'm trying to remember exactly why the barricade was put up now. I don't remember. Somehow it left my brain. Whatever. Anyway.
This looks like a hatch. Hello?
Aloha.
Are you talking to the enemy?
Who are you?
My name is...
Shh! If you tell an agent of the government our real names, you'll endanger the entire organization.
What do you want to call us?
My name is John. No, Paul. Next to me is, J-Stop.
Your name is Paul? But you're a woman.
Gender is just one of the fictions indoctrinated by the patriarchal society.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Okay. So it's very possible I get a bunch of hate from this, or at some point in the future, and I get people who are overly sensitive about these things. But given the nature of this game, that mention about gender and stuff is almost certainly a stab at that ideology. So I'm just saying, just be aware. And I mean, you did miss an hour. I started an hour earlier because we're doing like we did last week. So I explained this to Fofox earlier, but as a brief explanation for you again, or for you, Monmouth, since you showed up a little bit later. So last weekend we did the two games in a row on Friday, or well, whatever, 2 games in a row, and then did not stream the rest of the weekend. Initially, that was because I was planning on going to visit my sister and niece for the weekend for Christmas, but I got sick. So I was gone still. Or I mean, I didn't stream because I was sick, but I also meant I did not go up there for Christmas. So she and my niece and I are all having our Christmas up there this weekend, about an hour and a half to the north of me. So because that's this weekend, I have less time for streaming this weekend too. So we're doing 2 games tonight as well. So we're doing this again for another 40, 45 minutes, something like that. And then we'll switch over to Plague Tale again. So you didn't miss a whole lot. You did miss a little bit, but this is kind of trying to cram in because I will be gone again. Or last week it was because I was sick, originally because I wanted to do Christmas. This week it's going to be for actual Christmas a week late. So,
What are you protesting about then?
We're protesting against exploitation, against discrimination, against poverty, and against the destruction of the environment.
Wow, those are all important issues. What do you plan on doing?
We're already doing something.
We are demanding that things change.
We've made a petition.
And we're putting together a list of demands.
We're still working on the wording. Problems with the neutrality guidelines.
How far have you got?
Dear brothers, stroke sisters in arms, other forms of resistance are available. Fellow countrymen, countrywomen, country transsexuals, country gender nonconformists.
Getting back to the whole making a change thing.
If you want to make a difference, you can write like on a piece of paper and pass it through the hatch. Then everyone will know you support our cause.
okay.
I talked to a prisoner in the upper town. He's one of yours, isn't he?
A victim of the state's power. Our first martyr.
Martyr,
He's
she's
not
gonna
dead
die?
yet.
Yeah, I was like,
And
what?
If he got the cake, he'll be back with us soon.
Cake?
Shh.
If you're for justice and change, you'll probably be voting for Archmage Alistair, right?
The election's a joke. One corrupt politician replacing another. And behind the scenes, it's always the same people pulling the strings.
That may be true of the council leader, but the Archmage...
Big man has got them eating out their hands.
Exactly. The magic industrial multinational that was responsible for the war.
So you're entering your own candidate?
That's pure daft. There's no point. We're doing the only thing that will lead to success. We're protesting.
Big mana instead of big pharma. Perfect.
Maybe I can pass on some of your demands to the Archmage and we can see what can be done.
We demand that no one in Avantasia should ever be poorer than average.
Isn't that mathematically impossible?
Not at all. If every resident got exactly the same amount of gold, then no one is poorer than the average.
But if everyone gets the same amount of gold without having to do anything for it, why would anyone bother to earn the gold in the first place?
Only someone who belongs to the rich elite could ask something like that.
Yeah. See, Wilbur's the voice of reason. These people behind the barricades are just ideologues.
Did you build the barricade?
Aye, that's right.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. But it kind of blocks the whole street, doesn't it?
We're gonna dry you lot out till you give us what we want.
But the upper town is supplied by airships.
We won't move an inch until you stand starving and freezing before us.
But we've got plenty of food. And if my rabbit sheep didn't always take my bed, I wouldn't freeze either.
I told you it doesn't work like that.
We're protesting here, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, well, have fun with that.
I need clay to mould something. There's lots of it just outside the town. Could you please let me through?
Aye, that would really suit you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But we're not going to let you through.
Could you maybe pass me a lump of clay through the barricade then?
What do we get in return?
Are you doing deals with the enemy?
We don't make deals with dirty capitalists.
That's more like it.
I don't want the clay for myself. I want to use it to support your cause.
How's that?
Well, I'm an artist, and I could build a sculpture in the upper town depicting your heroic protest.
Finally, someone who thinks for themselves. A grand statue that captures for eternity the protests of the simple people in a monumental way. That's exactly what we need. Show us the construction plans and some references. If we're satisfied, then you can produce a model. If we achieve a unanimous decision on the model at the general meeting, we'll supply you with the clay.
Great. But first I need a little bit of clay for something else.
Oh, for what?
If you give me just a few handfuls of clay, I could really improve the barricade.
Really?
Sure. I can smear the clay between the boards from here and the sunlight would bake it hard as rock.
I think that sounds pretty good.
The barricade is stable enough already. The spirit of friendship built it, and the chains of suppression are holding it together.
But there are holes everywhere here, which need to be sealed. Magic could seep through the little gaps, or gas, or something like that.
Perhaps you're right. But I still don't trust you.
Everything all right in the lower town?
Couldn't be better. The fire of protest is stoking up hell. People are being drawn closer together by a common noble goal.
And because of a lack of space.
Wheesht!
Why did you set up the barricade here and not at the gate? That would have given you loads of extra space.
And the inn would have been on our side too.
Our barricade is more visible this way. The elite should quake at the sight of our resolve.
I don't think they're doing that.
You're clearly trying to drive a wedge between us, Agent. See? The fat cats are trying to sabotage us. They're afraid. That's a good sign.
Have to be going.
May the protest never end.
Yeah, whatever you say, weirdo. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, well, that's where we're going to get our clay, what we need for the golem, so at some point we'll have to go back there again. Ooh, an Etten, or two-headed troll. Ogre, I guess. Two-headed ogre. Sure.
Hopefully I can sleep in my own bed tonight. A bed here at the inn would overtax the contents of my wallet.
Oh, here's Block. Headmaster Block. Okay.
Headmaster Block seems to be counting gold. Lots of gold. I wonder where he got it. I've had so much to do in school I haven't been here since the reopening. It turned out well, even if it is a little bit weird. Like the bartender. Zzz.
Let's talk to him again. We'll go over here. Is there more to the side? Not really. Okay. Not really anything around him either. Okay, let's look at the notice.
A sheet of paper with lots of paragraphs in small type. It says licensing law at the top. Rules for different drinking games, maybe. Article 1, paragraph 1. Drink with sense. If sense is not available, drink without. And here, Article 6, paragraph 5. The feeding of mugwais after midnight is expressly forbidden. Makes sense.
Excellent.
Article 14, paragraph 2. The host is not required to serve vampires. This seems to be a long list of rules that apply to inns and their guests. How practical. This way you can check at any time to ensure that any freewheeling parties still conform to local ordinances. That's one less worry. There are a whole bunch of articles here. The paper is covered in writing so small and closely packed that it's difficult enough to decipher the text sober. Article 9, paragraph 1. Dwarven ale may only be served in specially secure underground bunkers. Luckily, they don't know about the cellar master back home in the White Ridge Mountains and our dwarven ale experiment.
Was that a nervous laugh?
There are a whole bunch of articles here. Article...
Okay.
Master Marcus and Bill eventually had enough of this strange role-playing apparatus. I thought Master Marcus had outgrown his love of fantasy worlds, but now there's a live role-play. I'm worried about him. Eventually, he might spend all of his time in his fantasy role-play world of bicycles, tax returns, microwaves and branded soft drinks and forget the real world entirely. thing makes a good fireplace, and the boar's head from the old inn looks good there too. I must say that overall I really like this pub. I hope that in a few days I can celebrate the election victory here with Remy and the Archmage.
Interesting. Okay. Nothing with the fire or the boar's head itself. You read the rules again, but here's the postcard. Oh, that might be good.
Seastone, the town that never sleeps. This postcard was clearly sent before the war. Even the Mage School Tower is in its proper place.
Swinging Sea Stone. Oh, this lets me fast travel. Oh, very nice. I like it. Oh, that is super convenient. Well done. Well done adding that to the game. That is very useful. Okay. Excellent. So I just go here, click it, and then I can go where I want to go. Nice. Fast traveling games I'm always a fan of. Well, not always. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. If you have fast travel that makes sense, like there's something like magic or something, don't force it. Don't make it ridiculous just because you can, because you want fast travel. I don't like that.
Wow, a two-headed ogre. I've heard of those. I never thought I'd actually ever see one of those in real life. Or smell it. Hello.
Little mini man.
But Blout, that's a guest. Welcome, noble sir. How can we help you?
They brought that back from the first game, the two-headed ogre. Or I think in the other one, I think it was a two-headed giant. So it was like an Etten or something, I think. I can't remember if it was a giant or an ogre. Might have just been an ogre, but it was the two-headed guy.
You're a two-headed ogre, right?
Well, I am an ogre.
Me too.
So, you two are ogres.
My name is Sloth, mage, philosopher, scholar.
And bag of wind.
That is Blout, my brother. He is...
Me, Basher. Me best things up.
Do you own the inn?
I bought it. Blout is just my employee.
Blout bought too.
Yes, but then you lost your half at poker. Now it all belongs to me.
Blout not give you his half. Blout best laugh if he tried to take away.
If you touch me, I'll have you thrown in jail.
Good luck with that.
Are you allowed 1 or 2 votes in the election?
One would think that as we have 2 voices, we should also have 2 votes. Unfortunately, the town council sees things differently.
And who do you want to vote for?
Archmage Alistair, of course.
Council... Mrs. Van Buren. Little woman says how it is.
Blout likes it when things are uncomplicated.
Tax down, more work for all. Seastone number 1.
But you don't buy it.
I'd also prefer it if our problems were solved quicker, but Van Buren stands for things staying as they are or regressing. Neither has ever helped.
Did someone forget that jacket on the chair over there?
Oh, it belongs to
here.
a young guest. He
I see
Well-
this jacket.
got into a fight with Mr. Shieldhand of the town guard and was arrested.
Oh.
Hooligan. Lock up immediately.
What happened?
He was quietly drinking his beer. Shieldhand came in, recognized him as one of the protesters and wanted to search him. The young man refused, said he hadn't done anything wrong and wouldn't let anyone search him without reason.
Then bang! Drenched in a lockdown.
And the jacket?
It's been hanging there ever since. We're keeping it as a deposit until he's paid for his beer.
Okay.
If you're a mage, Sloth, do you know how to build golems?
I've never tried.
You have. Tried long time to build golem. Just too stupid.
That's completely untrue. That was just playing around.
So, I want to build a golem and I know the right incantation. Can you help me build one?
No. I don't want anything to do with it.
Psst, really, Burr?
Yes?
What are you whispering about? I don't like whispering behind my back.
Sloth always eavesdrop.
Do you and Blout keep many secrets from each other?
Not particularly. I just don't like it when Blout fiddles about behind my back. It usually ends in catastrophe.
Maybe you're too hard on him.
He was going to juggle with kitchen knives this afternoon. I noticed just in time.
Would have worked.
No, it wouldn't. And they are my fingers too.
Sloth tell Blout off. Sloth always annoyed.
With good reason. The pub, all this work, and on top of all that, I have to play babysitter. I lost track of time with all that ranting, and now I've missed the bakery. All your fault, Blout.
Burr.
The bakery up by the guardhouse? I go there myself. Which bakery do you usually go to? I like the one up by the guardhouse myself.
Oh, they have those wonderful chocolates. I treat myself to one or two every night.
You see, Sloth got fat.
First of all, that's not true. And secondly, it's Flab born of frustration because I have to put up with you.
Then take care, you two. One, both.
So long.
Bye.
So presumably that's going to tie into the bakery. We go back there because we already looked at that earlier. So probably that's going to tie to that. And then also the jacket will tie. So when we were talking to Captain Shieldhand, over to the side of him, there was a little window with like some bars. And we talked to a guy inside there that's a prisoner. So the prisoner, this is that prisoner's jacket. And this is the friend of the protesters outside. At least they are saying that's what that is. So, or they were saying that.
The jacket belongs to a protester. It has several patches and a badge pinned on the front. No one noticed.
And so we grab the badge. I wonder if we show that to the people at the hatch on the barricade. Okay, let's do this. I don't think it'll be a problem, but just in case, let me save before I talk to Professor Block. Because he told us, right, before he switched over to Jack's perspective, he told us that we had to finish the rest of the stuff overnight. And I don't know if he would be a fan of our being here at the end, but let's talk to him. If it's a problem, then obviously we can reload. This game doesn't really do that, I don't think. It doesn't give it like a random game over and stuff, but let's still, unlike
Hello, Headmaster Block.
Darkness Within or something, but
Weathervane, haven't you got things to attend to at school?
I'm sort of still on the job. I'm just getting some tools from the town.
Fine. I have to admit that your performance today did not disappoint me.
Really?
I didn't expect anything. Thus, I was neither surprised nor disappointed that your results do not look good when compared to those of a qualified specialist.
yeah, I mean, that's like the closest to a compliment you're going to get from him, because he's kind of a bit of a douche, so...
I think that you're unfairly giving me difficult tasks just so I can fail at them, and then you have an excuse to get rid of me.
Oh, I could get rid of you with very simple tasks, Weathervane. It's not your fault. You shouldn't have been put in a position in which you are confronted with tasks that are beyond your schooling and your abilities.
See what I mean? Nice guy.
What are you doing there, if I might ask? Surely you can't earn that much gold as a school headmaster, right?
Of course not. The gold is for the council leader's election campaign. I'm her party treasurer.
Some people want the council leader to win the election very badly.
Of course. They see their donation as an investment in the future, and they know how to make a difference.
Have to be going.
I'll be expecting you tomorrow after the opening ceremony for a staff appraisal meeting, so we can talk about your performance.
Very well. My golem and I are going to show you.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, is we create the golem and then the golem works all night so we can sleep while the golem is working. And then we can have all the tasks finished. I think is the idea. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what we're trying to do as far as the golem goes. Right, because the golem's a magical construct. It's just a device, right? A machine, effectively, right? A tool. So it can do work for us, kind of like enchanting that mop earlier, or the broom earlier. It can work for us while we do other things, including potentially getting sleep or what have you. Okay, so we talked to him. Let's look at Remy, and then we'll talk to Remy.
Remy looks tired. I think the election campaign and the current situation in the town are really taking their toll on him.
In fact, I'm going to go use the bathroom really fast. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute here. All right, back. Yeah, there's here in the city, in the area of the city where I live. Well, I think the whole city actually. They put, it's not like a toxic amount, but they put some chlorine in the water to help like kill bacteria and stuff. But unfortunately, it's chlorine, so it's not great for me. So I use water filter. So I realized I had my filter, my pitcher with the filter on top, was not all the way filled up, so I would potentially run out of filtered water, so I just filled it up really fast. Okay, anyway, it's not neither here nor there, but that's why it took me another like a second or two than beyond what I intended initially. Okay, so now I'll talk to Remy.
Hello, Remy.
If it isn't the magic school's new star professor, how was your first day, Wilbur?
I think this is just a series of questions where you get them all in a row, so let's just go down the list.
Please don't ask.
What I am asking. You are my friend, and you look far from happy. What's wrong?
Headmaster Block is very mean to me. He gives me loads of difficult tasks.
All of which you've solved, knowing you.
Yes, but then he gives me new tasks that are even more difficult. And even if I worked through the night, I still couldn't finish them all. No one could.
Interesting and curious. If he wanted to represent you as the Archmage's bad choice, then he wouldn't have given you exercises that are clearly impossible. People would realize what kind of game was being played, and the trick would backfire. Did you notice anything else?
Yes. I surprised Headmaster Block in the staff room as he was rummaging through a desk drawer. but he was startled when I spoke to him, like I caught him doing something.
He didn't want you to see him fiddling around in his own desk drawer.
Interesting, isn't it?
At first there was the unsolvable exercises, and now the desk drawer. Something's not right.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I'm super I don't even know what to say. Slow, whatever. Yeah. It was so exhaustive how long I spent doing that.
You
Yeah.
don't look all that happy yourself. Tough day.
Tough week. I'm worried about the Archmage's safety. The situation in town is explosive. He was heckled on the street while checking up on a field hospital down there. But it was just some wound-up idiots. I'm worried about the one assailant who has enough brains, resources, and volition.
Someone like Headmaster Block.
Hard to imagine, but it can't be ruled out. We need more information.
I like he's sitting here he's actually sitting on the table with his little mug. It's super cute.
The council leader was standing up by the new lottery drum, dictating tomorrow's edition of the Lookout to a reporter.
Yes, she has the Lookout under her thumb. She's a horrible piece of work. Ambitious, stubborn, and unscrupulous. A dangerous combination. Comes from a humble background, but got her feet under old Van Buren's table. Tried to persuade him to do all sorts of new business deals and start a career in politics. Many say he died so young because he finally wanted to be left in peace.
How did she end up as the Archmage's most promising challenger?
The Archmage doesn't want the most important posts in government to go automatically to the richest citizens anymore, but rather to the most competent people, chosen by the people.
And of course the nobility and the merchants don't like that one bit.
They were seething when they found out about it, but there was nothing they could do to start with. The Archmage was too popular, untouchable. But then along came Sybil Van Buren, and she had a plan. The election was to be approved and set for 1 year's time. 1 year in which she put up obstacles in the Archmage's way and sabotaged his politics in any way she could. Her only aim was to make him look bad. By the gods, how I'd load it if she succeeded.
But we will win the election, right? The Archmage, I mean.
Van Buren has used all her resources. They're powerful, rich friends with important posts at the Seastone Lookout, the only newspaper left in town. Simple slogans, simple solutions for patriotism and resentment. She tells the people what they want to hear. And yet, the Archmage will win the election. Every vote for the council leader and her cronies is a vote too many. But stupidity amongst the voters has not prevailed yet.
Yeah, that's actually how I won't name specifics because I'm not trying to get this video flagged or something later, but or this stream. But that's a lot of the most horrible leaders in the past have been because they pandered to what the people wanted to, or they pandered to the people, saying what the people wanted to hear, but had no intention of actually fulfilling their promises. They just wanted the power, obviously. But because they pandered, people were dumb enough to believe them and vote for them, and terrible things happen. It's unfortunately, right? You don't know who you can trust when you vote for somebody. You hope that they are going to do what they say they're going to do, but so seldom does that happen, it becomes frustrating. Okay.
Why doesn't the Archmage defend himself more aggressively against the council leader? Why doesn't he just tell everyone about her scheming?
He wants as many people as possible to take part in solving our problems. He doesn't want there to be two sides at each other's throats. But I don't know if it will work. People are starting to accept the conditions. They blame everyone and everything, and they don't even try to change anything anymore. I asked the Archmage about it. You know what he said? He's comfortable having things stay as they are. That's why many favor it. Progress requires effort. What kind of world would it be if there was glaring injustice and everyone put up with it just because change takes too much effort? But hey, I'm just a rat. What do I know?
He says right after taking a big slog of his ale because he needs to drown his sorrows or something. Although if he's going to drown his sorrows in this type of a setting, you would expect something more like rum or something. Yeah, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Yep. Or New Year's Eve / Christmas Eve for me. And then the next day will be New Year's Day / Christmas Day for me. That's right. Yep.
So what do we do now? Keep an eye on Headmaster Block and see what happens?
So near the elections. A supporter of the council leader behaving suspiciously in the vicinity of the Archmage. No, too risky. We can't wait.
So you're going to have a look for yourself?
Phew, I'd like to, but perhaps that's precisely their plan. An officially unofficial employee of the Archmage sniffing about in the office of one of his political opponents.
Wouldn't be good if word got out. A first-rate scandal. But what about a teacher looking for a form in the staff room? A teacher who is in the school because the headmaster has given him tasks to be done.
Normally I would try to discourage you, but the Archmage is visiting the school tomorrow. If his opponents are planning something, we have to expose them tonight.
I'll do it. I'll have a look around and get back to you if I discover anything.
All right, but be careful, Wilbur.
Archmage Alistair gave me a magic slate.
That's just like him. He likes magical playthings.
That's not all. The slate advised me to build a golem to help me with my work.
A golem?
They're very strong, so it could help me with a lot of my work.
Yes, but I was thinking of something else. Think about it. We agree the Archmage is the most powerful living wizard.
Of course.
No one could touch a hair on his head with a magical attack. But brute force, a stone to the head, a knife in the ribs.
That could be a possibility.
But now imagine that he had a bodyguard, a big chap, hard as stone.
You mean me? Seriously?
Such as a golem, for example.
Exactly. Even a troll wouldn't get past the golem. But the best thing, golems are absolutely loyal. They simply cannot help but follow their master's commands.
And if I order it to defend the Archmage with its life?
Then that's exactly what it'll do, and no one would get past it.
That sounds fantastic.
Can you manage that? Building a golem and bringing it to life?
I'll sure try, at any rate. I'll get it to complete the headmaster's stupid tasks first, and then guard the Archmage.
The headmaster and the council leader have come up against the wrong gnome.
Then let's not waste any time. I'll build a golem bodyguard for the Archmage and have a look around the headmaster's office.
Good idea. And let me know as soon as you find anything peculiar. No heroics, Wilbur Weathervane.
I'll be careful.
I'll go back underground. I want to find out about the dark magic the Archmage has been sensing for days.
Good luck. You and Van Buren will not succeed with your plan. You may have great and powerful friends, but the Archmage has small and cleverer ones.
Word. Excuse me? Oh, there we go.
Remy left his class. There's a mark. It says 2CL beside it.
Oh, nice.
For most people, that's just a little sip. But for a rat, that's a fair amount of booze, I guess.
Yep. We want it because 2 centiliters, or unless CL means something else in this world anyway, 2 CL was one of the measurements we need at the alchemy table for doing the golem. So, we have the badge. Talk to Blout, the Bash Head, the Mage Head. Let's talk to Blout first. Although I don't know if it's lawful over here. He might.
Hello, Blout.
He's right there, so.
Wilbur!
Are you really sure you want to vote for Van Buren?
Little woman with big hair knows what's what, has lots of gold and lots of success.
And you believe that if she's elected, you'll get the same?
Sure, promise.
Fine. But I think the little guy is better off with Archmage Alistair.
Me not little. And when Blout's soon rich and powerful, little people shouldn't take away his money.
Before I became a mage, I worked in a dwarven inn in the White Ridge Mountains.
You have stupid boss too?
I am not stupid.
Blout always have to work much more than Sloth.
That's because you're so clumsy. We do the same amount of work. I might even do a little bit more.
In too much work. No free time.
To be fair, Wilbur's boss was kind of stupid.
Psst, Blout, what did you want to tell me?
I won't say.
You're whispering again.
If we talk now, does Sloth hear us?
Oh, just stop whispering behind my back, all right?
Okay, sorry. Want non-alcoholic drink as apology?
Oh, no. You might have tricked me with alcohol once, but never again.
So Blout got you plastered?
Sloth get exhausted from itsy-bitsy thimble of alcohol. Sloth like little girl with pigtails.
I have alcohol intolerance, or perhaps an allergy.
Yeah. So this is exactly the same double-headed ogre as in the first game. But in the first game, they were up against Nate. And since this isn't Nate, they don't have anything against Wilbur. So it's a friendly conversation here. If we were Nate talking with him, might have a problem. So
What did you want to tell me, Blout?
No, Sloth eavesdropping. I say nothing while Sloth listening.
Huh. I'm not going anywhere.
okay.
Bye, Blout.
Bye.
Let's talk to Zloth then now.
I don't need to talk to Sloth at the moment.
Okay, so don't need to talk to him. Okay. Yep, so at some point, we'll probably need to get alcohol or something that Zloth will take, and then Zloth will pass out, presumably, or some such thing, and then we can talk to Blout and get what he was going to tell us. Okay, so we want to go back to the mage school. Well, actually, I might want to show the badge to these guys out here. Maybe I can get... Excuse me. Maybe I can get Clay if I do that.
Yes?
I am one of you. This pin here should be proof enough.
In principle, but perhaps you took it from one of our people under duress.
No, I, earned it. Fair and square.
I'm almost convinced. Show me our secret hand sign and we'll give you the clay.
Oh! Psst! I think I saw the town guard. Better not right now.
Aye, come back when the coast is clear.
Well, that was convenient.
The fire's melted the ice. Now it's water.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Since I couldn't pick it up, I was like, maybe I just
The
do
fire's
that.
melted the ice. Now it's water.
Oh, right. And I'll use this to grab that, right? Yeah.
Filled to the 2cl mark exactly.
All right. So I think first we're going to go actually... Where is it? Here.
I can't enter the upper town. The gate's locked.
Oh, right. Can't do that right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Schmeckel, right? Okay, so I want to go to... Yeah, here. And then I could talk to him up above. Oh, whoa. Maybe not.
That's that terrible boy from class. Pretty late for a little guy like him. Young guy. Hey!
Whoa! You're Wilbur Weathervane!
Out to make fun of me, are you? You're probably upset after I proved that I know more about magic than you thought at school this morning.
What? What are you talking about, Master Weathervane?
This is his twin brother or something, probably.
You were pretty cheeky at school this morning.
Which school?
There you go again, trying to make fun of me.
But Master Weathervane, I'd never!
This morning in the mage school, you were trying to make me feel uncomfortable and look stupid in front of the other students.
The mage school? In the upper town? I'm not even allowed there. I wasn't born in Seastone, and I'm certainly not important enough to enter the upper town without a good reason.
You mean to tell me you weren't in my class this morning?
In your class? To become a wizard? That would be so cool!
I still believe you're trying to make fun of me. Or do you have a twin?
Not that I know of, Master Weathervane. Hey, perhaps someone was controlling my thoughts without me realizing.
Now I'm sure you're trying to make fun of me.
No, it is possible. Not all of the sorcerers, necromancers, and lawyers in the Shadow Army were captured, right?
You look like you're training for an important battle.
No, I'm reenacting your battle. How you and Captain Bonnet and Princess Ivo defeated the Archwitch, Mortroga, in the Black Tower.
Oh, really?
With the sword.
It must have been the greatest battle of all time. The solitary heroes, surrounded by monsters, standing up to the leader of the Shadow Army and her son, Munkus. Boom, bash, ja!
Well, maybe it wasn't quite that dramatic.
10 years of war, the artifact of divine fate, and suddenly, peace. What's not dramatic about that?
That's awesome.
Do you know what the artifact of divine fate is?
It can fulfill your every wish. I bet you wished for evil to be defeated. Right, Master Weathervane?
We never used it. The Archmage warned us that the artifact was just too powerful.
But if you can wish for anything, why not just wish for good things?
Archmage Alistair doesn't believe the world works that way, and I trust him.
If that's what you think, then I think that too.
Aw. Because he's a fan, so he just immediately accepts. He should think for himself, but still, that is kind of cute.
It's getting late. Isn't it about time you went home?
I'll wait until all the guests have left the tavern. Sometimes Sloth and Blout give me a room, if no one is renting it.
You don't have a real home?
I've got lots of homes. Sometimes I sleep down in the tent city, and sometimes Widow Twanky lets me sleep on the bench in front of her fire. But if I can sleep in a real bed in the pub, then of course I'd prefer that.
I have a small room in the school. If you can't find a bed in the guest house, you're welcome to sleep at my place. My rabbit sheep won't be able to defend his bed in his usual manner, and I can sleep on the floor.
That would be... wow! But the school's in the upper town. I'm not allowed to go there.
Ah, silly rules. Maybe you'll win the lottery.
Which lottery?
There's a lottery tomorrow. The winner gets to live in the upper town.
That would be fantastic!
Maybe you'll get lucky. Everyone has an equal chance.
I'm sure to win. And if not today, then perhaps next time.
Was good to see you again, or met you for the first time.
There's no way I would have forgotten if I'd met you before, Master Weathervane.
Either the boy's making fun of me, or that's another item from our list of strange events.
It's another item for your list of strange events. I'm positive he's sincere. Oh, toolbox.
A wooden box full of old tools. Some sort of metal clamps, a hammer, some wire. Probably Bill uses the stuff to maintain his stand.
Take something from it.
I'll take the hammer.
Yeah, we talked to Bill. Can't go back up right now. You know, because it's been a couple of hours, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here. We're gonna stop this, and I'm going to switch over to Plague Tale. That is, yep, okay, perfect. Okay, so let's main menu. Okay. And quit. Okay. So, just like last time, we are going to do the closing just so I can break it up into 2 streams. So each stream, while it hangs around for a limited time on Twitch, longer on YouTube, it'll be named properly so people know which thing they're getting to see. So All right, so if you're watching the stream right now, go ahead and hang around. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to end this and then start the other stream, Plague Tale, afterwards. So thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. I'm enjoying it. I just like the first game. I'm really having a lot of fun with it, so I'm looking forward to doing it more. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Till then, peace out.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy.
Oh, that's so sad.